Do you guys know those old 2000 pop stars where in their songs they're like and then they say something cringy? I was going to start this episode off by doing that, and then I literally got secondhand embarrassment for myself, even though that's like not even a thing. Anyways, okay. We are struggling today. Okay, there's construction going on around my house, and I feel like you're just going to hear shit in the background. And then also, for some reason, I feel like leading up to my period. Oh my god, period. Sorry, men. Shut the fuck up, okay? Get with it, program. I just like have brain fog, and I don't know if that's like normal, but I like dead ass just feel like I don't know. I just don't feel like I'm functioning at par. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm going fucking insane. Just kidding. I actually handle my periods pretty good. I don't really emotionally react or anything like that. I just honestly feel tired and like shit. And so I go mute. But anyways, today we're going to be talking about how your standards and boundaries need to be the price of admission to your life. And I think this is a really, oh my God, I'm probably going to say this with every fucking topic in every episode. I really think this is a good topic. I really feel like I'm going to say that about everything just because any kind of like self-help, and not even necessarily self-help, but just like any topic that helps better your life or gives you different perspectives into viewing your life and whatnot. All of it's just so good. I love this shit, okay? I am addicted to this fucking shit. Lock me up, officer. But anyways, I got a lot of people actually writing in about that. And so we're going to talk about that today because, like I said, and like I say about every fucking thing I talk about, I do think it's interesting and you can take it in a lot of ways. And so hopefully the way that I decide to take it, again, I am just kind of speaking from what comes to me. Not to sound like a fucking prophet or whatever. God, that made me sound crazy. I'm just gonna speak what comes to my soul. Not in a witchy woo-woo way, but like maybe, I don't know, maybe I am a witch. Maybe I am. I've talked about that before, dead ass. If I was born during like the Salem witch trials, I would for sure be like, I would be taken and I would be strapped to a fucking tree and like burned at the stake. Like I know I would. It's not even up for question. But anyways, I just think I'm good at reading patterns and my intuition is just like so fucking sleek. So anyways, we're going to get into this topic because I have a way that I think I want to take it. I'm not sure. We'll see what comes out. But so what I'm assuming and why I'm assuming people wrote in about this is I genuinely think for the most part, most people actually have a hard time doing this, right? Have a hard time keeping their standards and boundaries when it comes to people in their life. And what I think the main thing is people are scared of being alone. And wow, fuck, I think I figured it out. That just like came out. I genuinely think the biggest reason why people have wrote in about this or sent in situations, that are basically about this. I think people are scared of being alone. And being alone isn't a bad thing. I think it's viewed as a bad thing. And I am so grateful for some of the things that I've gone through. I'm the kind of person, I'll get asked like, if like you could go back and change anything in your life, what would you change? And I just am the kind of person that's like nothing because I genuinely think, and I've had some crazy things happen in very dark times in my life happen, but like I genuinely think I just view things different than most people. I think that's where a lot of my mindset comes from. I could be wrong, but I don't think I'm wrong actually. When am I ever wrong? Just kidding. I'm not. I actually am never scared to admit when I am wrong. But anyways, yeah, I think being alone is viewed as a bad thing, and I think people end up keeping, bad influences, family, friends, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband, whatever it is, around them because they are so scared of being alone that they would rather be in bad company. I've just never viewed shit that way, literally in my entire life. Even when I was younger, I don't know. I am the type that I would rather be alone. I don't know, like, I think that can be used for good or bad, right? I genuinely think I recharge when I'm by myself. Everyone has a different way with how they recharge in life. You either recharge your batteries, right? You either recharge by being around people or you recharge by being alone. I definitely recharge by being alone. It's not a bad thing. And I think, again, I do think that's the reason why people have a hard time with this topic and why it was so heavily asked. Like I said, even if that's not exactly what people wrote in, their situations were basically around this. You need to flip your perspective. Access to you is how you view yourself in your head and in your mind, right? So if you're going to devalue yourself to keep someone in your life who is maybe not treating you right or who isn't a good influence or whatnot, you are telling yourself that's what you deserve. You are telling yourself that that is okay, that is where you're at, and you will slowly start viewing yourself the same way. That is a scary, scary slope to go down. I promise you it's a scary slope to go down because you are going to start viewing access to you as if it's free. And access to you should never be free. The most important and valuable thing you can give people in your life is not objects, it's not buying someone like gifts or anything like that. It's literally your time, because the time in your life is the one thing you cannot fucking get back. So why the fuck are you sitting here spending your time and energy on people who can't even meet your standards and boundaries to be a good person or treat you right in your life? What the fuck do you look like doing that? You know what I mean? Like, that's how you need to start viewing it, is you are telling yourself that is what you're worth. You are telling yourself that is what you deserve. Do you actually believe that? Do you actually fucking believe that? I guarantee you, if you sit alone with yourself long enough, you will realize no. And the main problem, the deep core issue going on, is you're scared to be alone, and that's why you're scared to hold people to these standards and boundaries and expectations you have. And access to your energy is literally a privilege. No one, not just anyone, should get access to your energy. If you're just, it reminds me of the saying, like, a friend to all is a friend to none. And what I mean by that is, if you're just out here kind of bullshitting and like just kind of giving anyone your time and energy, no matter how they treat you, no matter what they're doing or whatnot, you are devaluing yourself. You are devaluing your spirit and your energy. And those are really real things. And if you don't fucking believe that, fucking believe it. Okay? Because that shit is real. That shit is real. And if you continue to go down this slope and you continue to kind of trickle down, that's when shit really gets bad, okay? Your self-worth should never be up for negotiation. Okay? Ever. Literally ever. No matter what the fucking situation is. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. You're not even if someone has this poor me victim story that they cry to you, or, oh, I did this because of this, or I did that. Fuck off. Dead ass fuck off. I don't fucking care what you were going through. I don't fucking care what was happening. You did what you did, and that's it. That's it. Standards and boundaries in your life are here to protect you. If you don't hold standards and boundaries, it's completely your fault and no one else's. Like, you honestly need to look at yourself and blame you. No one else. You can't blame the people that hurt you. You can't blame nothing, because you're the one that fucking allowed that shit to happen in the first place. That, like, dead ass. I think another thing to remember is, a lot of the time when you do hold standards and boundaries for people to remain in your life or have access to you, you are going to be alone, and you have to be okay with that. And like I said in the beginning, I think the main reason why people have a problem holding boundaries and standards is because the fear of being alone. You have to be okay with being by yourself. I think that's when you learn the most about yourself, at least for me personally. Like, there was times in my life where I was like genuinely so alone, and it was like, it wasn't even just for short periods of times, it was like years. And I realized Anything in your life can come and go. Family, friends, partners, whatever, at any given moment, people have agency. They can do whatever the fuck they want. They can up and leave. And in the end, all you really have is yourself. And if you don't have a good relationship with yourself, you're fucked. And it's no one's fault but yours, because you're too scared of taking time with yourself and figuring out who you were and being alone and what kind of standards and boundaries that you needed to have for others in your life. Having standards and boundaries is not a bad thing. If anything, it is such a good thing, and it shows how much you love yourself. It shows how much you care about yourself and how much you respect yourself. And I think that's the biggest thing, is people can see that. People can see when you respect yourself. People can see when you will put up with no shit. If you're just this kind of loser and you're like, I don't know what I want. People see that too. That's why you get fucking fucked on, bitch. Like, come on. Your mindset and how you feel about yourself literally radiates off you. People feel that. Everything is energetic. People see that, they feel that, therefore they are going to treat you the way that you treat yourself. And if that's how you view and treat yourself, of course they're not going to treat you good. Of course they're not going to treat you good. Why would they? You don't even treat yourself good. The fuck? Like, that's a thing with topics like this. They really are so simple. And sometimes I try to explain that in like some videos I've made on Instagram or TikTok or whatever. And, you know, when I have people write in, I'm like, sometimes things are more simple than people realize. They just don't want to realize it. You're kind of stuck in this like, oh, I don't know what to do. You do. You do. And I want you to think on that. If there's situations in your life where you're feeling iffy about, or you don't know what to do, you don't know how to handle it, I guarantee you, if you sat with yourself for a couple hours and you act, not even that, dead ass, not even that, I bet you if someone asks you, what do you actually think you should do? You would know what to do. You just don't want to do it because you don't want to handle the quote unquote consequences it comes with. And sometimes that comes, and again, that always circles back to, that's why I think people really do have a problem holding standards and boundaries for people in their life because of the fear of being alone. There's also some people that wrote in and it was similar, you know, like I just feel like there's people who don't understand me. I'm scared of being misunderstood about it. Like if I do hold boundaries and standards, like I'm kind of scared. I'm, you know, whatnot, whatever. I want you to hear me clearly, because this is the realest shit I've probably ever fucking said in my life. There are going to be people in your life, and I guarantee you when I say this, you're going to automatically think of a couple people. There is going to be people in your life whose only commitment to you is misunderstanding you. That's it. Stop wasting your time and energy on people who are literally devoted to nothing else but misunderstanding you and seeing you in a bad light. People like that, that's actually probably the people that I recommend staying away from the most out of like literally anyone, is people like that, because there is people like that. They can see the influence, the good influence you have on people, and they see how people just, you know, kind of gravitate towards you. And the only thing they know how to do is retaliate and see you as the bad guy, and like literally only be committed to misunderstanding you and viewing you in a bad light. And that's it. You'll never be able to convince these people that you're not quote unquote bad, that you're not doing good, that you have a good influence, that, you know, people automatically gravitate towards you because you do have good energy. They will not see any of that shit because they refuse to. Because the minute they realize the good that you hold and the good influence you hold, that automatically reflects to them everything they are not and everything they will never be. Does that make sense? I guarantee you can think of people in your life right now as I say that you're like, damn, that's what it is. Stop wasting your time on these people whose only commitment to you is misunderstanding you and viewing you in a bad light. Let them. Literally fuck off, bitch. again, it's kind of topics like this where I'm like, sometimes it really is a lot more simple than people like to admit. And the only reason why people don't want to view it as simple is because there is a price of being alone for a while. And I do think that's the biggest fear with this topic. And it's like, if your biggest fear in life is being alone, you need to fucking grow up. And you obviously haven't been put in situations enough where you have been alone, because I almost feel like when you are put in multiple situations in your life where you are alone, you actually start enjoying it. And not even in a bad way. You just realize how simple some things really are. And then you kind of realize, like, yeah, maybe sometimes people don't want to see things as being simple because they just want excuses. I think I talked about this in my last episode. I'm like, there's some people that are just addicted to their problems. So when you can simplify problems that they have in their life and give them solutions, they don't want to accept it because, again, that cures the problem. And they don't know what to fucking do when that problem's not there. So when it comes to boundaries and like standards in your life and not allowing people to do whatever the fuck they want to you, how much do you value yourself? That's really what you have to ask yourself in these situations. How do you want to be valued? How do you want to be seen? Do you want to be seen as a little fucking shit that lets people do whatever the fuck they want to them? Is that what you want? Like, dead ass yourself, is that what you fucking want? Just a little bitch? I gotta like fucking bully you guys to like really fucking think about this shit. Really, is that what you want? That's embarrassing. You're so much more than that. And also, you are going to be attracting low value people if you do this. If you do not have like I said, your standards and boundaries are the price of admission into your life, right? To receive you energetically, to be a part of your circle, to whatever. All the above. You are telling people how much you are worth by what you accept for them to do to you and what you allow. The first time someone does something, okay, whatever, maybe that's a pass. The second time is your fucking fault, and you need to realize that because you didn't lay down the fucking standards and boundaries right as the first time, like right when it fucking happened the first time. And if you're even still there for the third time, bitch, what the fuck are you doing? And I think a lot of people who wrote in, they were actually asking about family. And I think that's another fear, right? It's like, well, they're my family. It's different when you're doing it with friends or people that you just meet, whatever, but it's like my family, like, ooh. Okay. And the fuck? Do you think it's any different just because people have a title? Ask yourself that. Do you really think it's if anything, they should be treating you better because they're family. What the fuck do you look like being like, oh, well, they're this, they're that, okay? I don't give a fuck who they are. No one gets a discount on being a part of your life if they have a fucking title. Sorry, no discount codes here, bitch. I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't give a fuck about the title you have in my life. Nothing. No one gets a fucking discount code. And no one gets a fucking Black Friday sale, bitch. Okay? Really think about that, because I think when you kind of put it in terms like that, again, when you kind of simplify it more, you're like, damn, yeah, what the fuck am I doing? Because again, I don't think people like simplifying things when they really can be simplified. And no one gets a discount code. Anyways, it's like, okay. Imagine you're in a store and you're for sale, right? This is going to sound silly, but like when you view it this way, it's going to make it easier to understand, or again, simplify it. It's easier to be like, yeah, okay, what the fuck am I doing? So you're an object at a store. You're being sold. This random person comes up and it's like, oh, but let's say you're worth like $100. And someone's like, oh, but I only have 60. Okay? Get the fuck out. We ain't running no sales, bitch. Okay? Why would it be any different if your cousin walked in and they were like, I only have a penny? Kick rocks, bitch. I don't give a fuck if you have... Get the fuck out. Why'd you even enter here if you knew you couldn't even be... What are you talking about? And then it's like, What if I applied the discount code family title? Bitch, again, no discount codes. Stop giving people literal coupons to mistreat you. I always view things as futuristic. Futuristic? God damn, I struggled fucking saying that shit. I always think about my future. And, kids learn by what they see, what they watch, whatnot. Do you really want to teach your kids that no matter who someone is in your life, they just get an automatic pass on disrespecting you? Is that the example that you want to set? For me, it's easier to kind of visualize things like this when I think about my future family and my future kids, because I'm like so devoted to not repeating generational shit on my future kids. That's probably the biggest thing I want to be aware of as a parent. I'm not going to repeat things that were on my side, on his side, nothing, right? So sometimes it's like when you view children in it, because children are so innocent and pure, sometimes it's easier to be like, yeah, I wouldn't fucking allow that shit. So why are you allowing it now? What makes someone so special that they just get to fucking do whatever the fuck they want to you? If you keep discounting yourself in your life when it comes to boundaries and standards, you're just gonna automatically attract low value people. And the minute you raise your price, meaning your standards and boundaries, you are going to attract high value people. It may take a little longer and there might be a little, lonely period during that time, but it sure as hell is worth it, because how do you want the rest of your life to look? Do you just want to be around all these low value people who just feel like they can do whatever the fuck they want to you? You're going to be miserable. You're going to hate your life. You're going to be miserable. You're going to repeat generational shit. You're not even living at that point. You're just like a fucking NPC. Never, ever discount what it costs to be a part of your life and to have access to you and your energy. Because like I said, literally the greatest gift you can give anyone is your time and energy, because that's the only thing you're never going to get back in your life. And if people you are giving your time and energy to don't even fucking respect you and can't easily reciprocate anything that you do for them out of respect, fuck it. Fuck them. Fuck off. I don't give a fuck about the title you have. I don't give a fuck about anything. I don't care who you are. Nobody gets a discount code. Nobody gets a Black Friday sale. Nothing. Nothing, bitch. Get the fuck out, So you really just have to ask yourself, what kind of people do you want to have in your life? Do you really see yourself as low value? Because that is what you'll attract by not having people meet standards and boundaries in your life. So if you see yourself as low value, go right ahead, bitch. Me, on the other hand, fuck that shit. No! I'd rather die. The fuck? Who the fuck do you think I am? And I think that's another thing to note is I don't ask, when it comes to my standards and boundaries, I don't ask things that I don't easily fucking reciprocate tenfold to other people. So I know I'm not asking for too much. Why? Because I'm doing the fucking same shit tenfold. And you're out here acting like it's fucking too expensive? Fuck off. Fuck off, bitch! Get to work! Okay? So, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like when you can simplify issues like this in your life, or you can envision children, because again, I think sometimes it's easier because they're so pure and innocent and you're almost like willing to do whatever to protect them. It makes it a lot fucking easier. It does. And so nobody ever gets a discount code. Again, your standards and boundaries will always be the price of admission to your life, your energy, what's your circle, anything. Don't devalue yourself because someone else doesn't value you. And sometimes it's as simple as saying, fuck off. Anyways, guys, I hope me kind of like simplifying it in different terms and a different perspective kind of like opened your eyes on or like, I don't even know how to explain it, kind of seeing things differently helped. Um, I kind of want to go more into this topic because I do think this is like a real issue. And I think this generation is kind of realizing that because I don't know, some people just really do have an issue with this. So maybe like in the future, we'll do like something else on this. But let me know what you guys want to hear next week. I have a lot of people writing in, so I can write down a list of like kind of generalizing what people are writing in for the most part. And yeah, let me know what you guys want to hear. I think I'm going to go back to doing video podcasts. I don't know. Let me know. Do you guys like actually want to watch me in my podcast or just listen? I don't know. But let me know. Just message me on Instagram. I try to go through as many messages as I can. Um so yeah, just DM me what you guys want to hear and I will see you guys next week.